Good Sunday morning, Kentuckiana. It's 7 o'clock and 78 degrees outside. Happy Father's Day to you. I'm Tabney Dozier. We are getting you outside to a cloudy start to your Sunday morning, so go ahead and keep those umbrellas handy. If you're planning on taking your dad out today, there's a chance for some storms in the forecast. Reed has got 12 jobs right now. He's working Twitter, he's working Father's Day, he's working the weather. But we did just have a cancellation. You want to mention?
Yes, I'm just tweeting it right now.
Okay.
The Weather Service has canceled the watch box that covered some of our viewing area. About half a dozen counties in southern Indiana. Still getting some rain there, some thunder showers now, but they weakened as we expected. And the watch box, no severe thunderstorm watches in effect for any part of the viewing area right now. And I think we're going to get a little break in the rain.
Perfect.
At least for Father's Day in the morning here for a while. Not a washout by any means. We're not going to get a lot of sun. I don't want to lead you astray, but I think the next round of storms we'll deal with will be, and it'll cover a little more of the viewing area. That'll be in the afternoon into the evening hours. And Jared Heil, thankfully, will be on duty here to cover that for you. Let's take a look at what's going to be happening now. There's your quite a bit of showers moving through portions of the viewing area now in Kentucky, also in southern Indiana, but just showers. As they moved east, they have weakened as we've gone through the morning hours, and that trend will continue. They were quite active last night when I left here at about 12:30, and there were a lot of severe weather warnings out to the west. But as they moved east, they produced a lot of lightning, but they have been weakening and have been canceled now. So that's the good news as we start out the 7 o'clock hour. Walking you through your morning, though, it is a warm morning, down to 77 degrees here in the city now. Paoli 75, Madison 72, Litchfield 73 degrees. And let's see what's going to be happening. Here's some remnants of showers, but we get the more significant showers, such as the hour and storms, begin to break out after the noon hour, and there we are at 3 o'clock, and then moving through the late afternoon into the early evening. They're going to pull away to the east, and skies clear out overnight, at least partly cloudy skies, and we start the morning cool. But for today, look for a high this afternoon in the middle 80s, and get ready to dodge some showers and storms later in the afternoon. We'll update everything for you in about 10 minutes. Tabney?
We'll see you then, Reed. New this morning, officers say a man is expected to be okay after he was stabbed in downtown Louisville. MetroSafe says it happened just before 4 this morning. They say officers determined the man's injuries were non-life-threatening. He was taken to University Hospital. If you have any information, you are urged to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Metro Council leaders are expected to get their hands on a sexual harassment policy next week. This comes days after a Metro Councilwoman says she was the target of sexual harassment by longtime Councilman Dan Johnson. Jessica Green says Johnson groped her at an event earlier this month. After an investigation by council leaders, Johnson apologized to Green and agreed to attend counseling. He also says he will not run for re-election next year. Green says she wants him to leave office right now, saying he's only part of the problem, citing a lack of policy and procedure surrounding sexual harassment allegations.
Unfortunately, right now, my understanding is that the HR policy of the city does not cover those of us who are here in City Hall. It does not cover our employees, nor does it cover elected officials. And that is a problem. That is a major deficiency.
Councilwoman Angela Leet is currently drafting a new sexual harassment policy. She says she plans to present it Monday. Johnson has been in office since 1992. Well, social media is still buzzing this morning after the woman behind the book Breaking Cardinal Rules opens up about the U of L basketball sex scandal. For almost an hour, local Louisville comedian Jason English and Katina Powell chatted in front of thousands watching on Facebook Live. It happened just days after the NCAA announced the penalties the basketball program will face. As our Dennis Ting reports, English says this was an opportunity for Powell to have an unfiltered and unedited chance to tell her side of the story.
To me, it was worth it. I did it, so I have to say it was worth it.
Just days after the NCAA came down with its ruling in the University of Louisville sex scandal investigation, with potentially some of the harshest penalties in modern college basketball, Former escort and self-proclaimed Madam Katina Powell appeared on Facebook Live with Louisville comedian Jason English for a candid conversation on the past week's developments.
Honestly, and it's days I feel really bad. I mean, people can say what they want. They don't have to believe me. You don't live with me.
She felt comfortable talking to me. You know, she let me come to her, undisclosed location. I got to visit her. It was just like I said, told her that I was going to give her the opportunity to speak.
A Cardinals fan himself, English says he made a video about Powell following the NCAA's ruling. He says Powell then reached out to him and the two decided to meet for an interview. In her book, Breaking Cardinal Rules, Powell described providing escorts for potential recruits and players for the University of Louisville's basketball team, which led to the NCAA's investigation.
Times I really do. I do feel bad. I did not know that this much was going to happen. I didn't, and I'm sorry.
Powell says she felt especially sorry for Trey Lewis and Damian Lee, who transferred to Louisville for a shot at a championship, only to be blocked by the school's self-imposed postseason ban as a result of the then ongoing investigation.
I apologize to those guys numerous times, and I'm so sorry that they didn't get to play. I did that, the coach threw them under the bus because the coach could have sat out and allowed them to do their thing, but the coach didn't want to do that.
Even when we was off camera, she had spoken. She said that she didn't know they was going to do it.
Dennis Ting, WHAS 11 News.
In their discussion, Powell also says there have been talks of a movie and more books. The University of Louisville has said it will appeal the sanctions. No word yet whether the 2013 championship will be vacated as a result of these penalties. 2 people are now facing charges this morning accused of robbing several people, including some South Louisville senior citizens. Robert Ray and Angela Chancellor are charged in connection with several robberies that recently happened across Louisville. Police arrested them following a chase that ended on Bardstown Road Saturday. Ray is charged with 11 counts of robbery and Chancellor is charged with 3 counts of robbery. LMPD says multiple senior citizens reported being robbed at gunpoint earlier this week in the Okolona and Highview areas. According to Major Kim Burbrink, officers caught the suspects after reviewing video surveillance, taking tips from the public, and patrolling the streets. You are invited to an event today aimed at keeping the peace and stopping the violence. The Man Up Father's Day Prayer and Peace Walk gets underway this afternoon. It's being put on by groups Man Up and Service for Peace. The event is happening from 1:30 until about 2:30 at Louisville's Shelby Park. That's on East Oak Street. You will find more information on this event on our website, WHAS11.com. No word yet on who is behind the bombing that killed several people in Colombia. When we come back, the group speaking out saying it had no part in an explosion at a mall.